Over the past few days, there's been a lot of talk about who Sony is going to be acquiring next, and recently it's been hinted that they are going to be acquiring Kojima Productions. Now, the reason where this all started, this rumor, is because Sony officially updated their official PlayStation Studios banner, and if you look on the very far left, you can actually see Death Stranding. So it got people talking to where they were like, oh, is Sony gonna acquire Kojima Productions? And then later that day, Hideo Kojima himself on his Japanese Twitter account posted a picture of that PlayStation Studios banner with no words, no context or anything. And once people saw that, they were like, oh, like, not only is Sony hinting that they're going to buy Kojima, but apparently Kojima himself is teasing the acquisition. But then a few hours later, Kojima on his English Twitter account posted the same picture, but this time he had words on this one, and he said, quote, "I'm sorry for the misunderstanding, but Kojima Productions has been and will continue to be an independent studio," unquote. Now you might be asking, like, okay, well, Introvert Gaming Dude, why are you making a video about this? Asking if Sony's going to be acquiring Kojima after Kojima himself just denied that they're not going to be acquired by Sony and they're going to stay independent. You know, what's the point of this video? And honestly, that was my mindset as well. As soon as I saw Kojima pretty much say that they are going to stay independent, I was like, okay, I mean, well, I guess that rumor's been shut down. But then I heard some other people talking about, apparently there has been several other studios that have claimed that they were going to stay independent, and then shortly after they ended up getting bought out by Sony. Now, apparently this happened to Insomniac Games back in 2019. Apparently they kept coming out saying, oh, we're going to stay independent, we want to be an independent studio, and then shortly afterwards they got acquired by Sony. And last year, apparently the same thing happened with Blue Point Games, where they came out and said that they want to stay independent, and then shortly after they got acquired by Sony. And then earlier this year, apparently the same thing happened with Bungie, where Bungie and the CEO of Bungie said that they want to stay independent, and then guess what? Apparently, obviously shortly after, they got acquired by Sony. And now here we are again this time, but with Kojima Productions. Now, me personally, I don't really care if Sony does acquire Kojima Productions, because I mean, as long as we can play Kojima's games on the PlayStation, I mean, I don't really care if they do come to Xbox or PC or whatever, like multi-platform. To me, that doesn't really matter. I'm not the biggest fan of Kojima because I'm not insanely familiar with his work. I've only played a little bit of the Metal Gear Solid games, and Death Stranding wasn't really my cup of tea, but I still know they're really well made games. So as long as I can still play those games on PlayStation, I don't really care if his games are exclusive to PlayStation or not. And also there's been rumors recently about Jeff Grubb saying, pretty much doubling down, that Kojima is like making a game for Xbox. And apparently they have confirmed that they are working on 2 separate games. So I mean, it could be where one of those games is an Xbox exclusive, and then maybe the second game is either a PlayStation exclusive or just a multi-platform game. I mean, honestly, I don't know about that. I'm not going to really speculate because I just don't know. I'm not as informed to really give like a solid opinion, because obviously I'm not an insider. And so yeah, I mean, because of those other 3 studios claiming they were going to be independent and then they got bought by Sony, it got me thinking, like, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure Kojima possibly could be lying about this, because he literally created a whole entire fake studio for like the last Metal Gear Solid game that came out. So I mean, it wouldn't be beneath him to say that, oh, we're going to stay independent, and then they get bought by Sony. But like I said earlier, I mean, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. That's not even my opinion. Like I said earlier, I don't really care. But I just thought this whole thing was very interesting, because I know there's a lot of people that think it makes sense for Kojima to be under the PlayStation Studios family. I do get where those people are coming from. But yeah, I just thought this whole entire thing was pretty bizarre. And then also there was this like new interview with Hassan for Blue Box Game Studios. And I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole new can of worms. But it's just all very interesting to me. But what do you guys think? Down below, let me know how you feel about this whole situation with Kojima posting a picture of the studio's banner and then claiming that they're going to stay independent. Are you believing what he's saying, or do you think there's a slight chance that he might be lying? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it or found it informative, drop it a like and consider subscribing if you're new by turning on the post notification bell so you don't miss my next upload. Until next time, guys, take care.